Yes, anyone reply please. Just unmute your mic and speak. Okay, fine. So today, once again, within first 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a quick revision of last session because many days are past and might be possible like whatever the discussion that we had done during this introductory lecture, like first lecture of inheritance, might be possible like many of you were absent, many of you have forgotten. So let us have a quick revision. So basically, inheritance is specifically used to inherit the data member as well as member function to the derived class. First of all, you need to understand few terminologies. First, it is base class, another one that is derived class. So base class means what? Like it is known as parent class. This is known as child class. Okay. So base class means what? Like upper level class in which the properties are defined, and derived class means what? Like a particular class in which we can use or we can access the whatever the properties or say methods or say data members that has been declared or defined inside that particular class. So accordingly here we need to consider, first of all, at the beginning level, we are going to consider these two things, that is base class and derived class. So base class means upper level class in which we can have some what you can select data member as well as member function that can be defined, and in another one that is derived class in which we can access this particular functionality. So just to have an quick understanding of these, I can say like this is my base class, which is divided in two different parts. Part number one, that contains the data member. Say for example, data member. So those variables that are declared privately or say publicly, that can be visible at this place, and this contains the member function. Say for example, this is my class A. In short, this is base class or say parent class. And this class I am going to derive with another one. थोड़ा इसमें shift कर लेता हूँ. Fine. And we would like to derive the property from this class to some another class, which is known as derived class. So another class I am taking, which may contain some more properties. Okay, same way, data member will be there, member function will be there. Yeah. So name of the class, let me give the name of the class, say derived class or say class B. Say it is known as child class. And now what I wish is like I would like to have main function. This is my main function. Also main function, which should be able to access the properties from this class as well as property from this class. So what I need to do is I need to create an object of this particular class. I'm going to create an object of this particular class. And then with the help of that object, what I can do is like I can create or access the data member as well as member function of derived class, that means this class, as well as its upper level class, that is base class. But here some conditions are there that must be followed. Right now we are at the very first level, beginner level, and at the learning level. So what we are going to do is, like, we are going to declare all the data member as public. Same way, we are going to declare all the member function as public. Because there are some restrictions associated to this access specifier. There are three main access specifiers that we all know. I had already told you about that. First one that is public, second that is, third one that is right. So accordingly, right now we are just going to consider this first one, that is public. Okay, because right now we are at the beginner level, and at this level we would like to go with this one at the very first stage. Fine. So here I am considering like all the data members declared at this place are public. All the member functions that are declared at this place are also public. Okay. So in base class, all the data members and member function that we are going to consider as public data member or public member function. Fine. And then after we are going to access, we will try to access this particular data member as well as member function inside the derived class. Now, one more thing that you need to consider. Here I told you like this data member or say member functions should be public. Fine. तो यहाँ पर ये जो कुछ भी मैंने बोला आपको कि लाइक ये डाटा मेंबर है तो वो पब्लिक रहेगा, यहाँ पर ये मेंबर फंक्शन पब्लिक रहेगा. बट यहाँ पर ये जो इनहेरिटेंस हो रहा है ना, लाइक ये एरो जो आपको दिख रहा है, I hope that my cursor is also visible to you people. Yes. Yes. My cursor is visible to you people. Now you can send the message. Okay, setting was changed. So hope that my cursor is visible to you people. And now we are going to use this for implementation. So a program is readily available. I have already prepared a program for you people. And now let us consider this example. Just a minute. Yeah. So just see this example. In this example, we have taken a base class. Name of the base class is parent, and one other class that is also taken, which is known as derived class. And you need to specify the access specifier. Okay, like how you are going to use it. So according to right now, here we are going to use it in public mode. Okay, so when we are declaring the base class, the declaration is as we had done in past. Very simple, straightforward. Class name, public data member, and then member function. If you would like to write, you can. But right now, only a simple data member is taken. Next one, that is derived class. And in derived class name, then single colon, then public or say private or say protected, that is access specifier, and then after name of the base class that you would like to inherit. Right? So here my base class is parent, and accordingly I am going to use it. So IDP, that is for ID of parent, IDC, that is ID of child, and then after in my main function, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an object of only derived class in place of both the classes. Okay. Till now, whatever the things that we have done, we we are just creating an instance for a particular class, and then after we are trying to access the data member as well as member function of that particular class. But today we are just going to modify these things, and accordingly I am just creating an object of only derived class in place of both the classes, parent class as well as child class, or say base class as well as derived class. So here, by creating an object of child class, I can have an access of parent class data member as well as data member of child class. So here obj1, that is an object of derived class, and using that, first of all I am going to access that object of derived class, say data member of derived class, and then data member of base class. एंड देन आफ्टर सी आउट करके हम लोग जो कुछ भी प्रिंट करते हैं वो यहाँ पर प्रिंट होगा. तो सी आउट देन चाइल्ड आईडी इज दिस एंड देन पेरेंट आईडी इज दिस. But here the important thing that you need to understand or consider, that is one. Here I am using obj1 for child class because the object is of child class. But here also I am using obj1. Okay, so it is a data member of parent class, fine. And accordingly I'm just going to print the values, and accordingly it is going to print the values. So right now I'm just executing the program. Let us have a look at output. Child class ID is 7, parent ID is 91. Fine. Hope you have got this idea, basic fundamental concept of this. Okay. Just a minute. Hello. You need to write down this program in your book. I'm just scrolling down. Base class लिख लिया. आप लोग लिख लो तो बताना, सबका लिखना हो जाए तो. Yes, done.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now let us move to another program with similar kind of understanding, but some little bit implementation will be different. See this one. Here what I am doing is, first of all, let me explain in paintbrush only. I'm just copying this. This is my base class. This is my another base class. This is my derived class. So what I would like to do is this time, this is my class, this is my class. So some property I would like to inherit from a particular class, this class, some property from this class, and some from this class. And then after, when I'm going to write out the main function at this point, बोलते इसको void main. यहाँ पर मैं मेन फंक्शन लिखूंगा. So यहाँ पर मैं जब भी लिखूंगा तो I can have an access of the data member as well as member function of derived class, first base class, and second base class. So I now, in place of one base class, I can have more than one base class. Right now it is two base class. So two base classes are there, and accordingly I'm going to inherit the property of class A, class B, class C. Just consider like this is my class A, this is my class B, and this is my class C. Okay, so that I can have an access of data member as well as member function of class A and class B in my derived class, class C. But here also I am just using that condition, like which data member as well as member functions are inherited in public mode. So way of inheriting that particular data member or say member function is much more important. And why it is so? Because here you need to always consider that how you are going to access, or say how you are going to provide the access, and how you would like to provide that access of that particular data member or say member function for this particular class, right? So accordingly, in this way we can have. So let us see this example. Here my base class is shape. This is my base class, which contains different methods. Right? As well as some data members. But here in place of that public, you can see like these are in protected mode. So when it is in protected mode, it can be inherited up to one level. And one level, that means base to derive, we can have an access. There is no worry, there is no issue. Okay. So that these are the data members that you would like to have, and these are the member functions that are defined in base class. So this is the complete definition of base class. Now, another base class is also there. That is this one. The calculation of some area. Okay. So accordingly, this is my second base class. So on left hand side, one class was there that we had seen. Okay. Suppose अभी जो मैंने पेंट ब्रश के अंदर आपको दिखाया था, इसके अंदर ये क्लास था, तो ये समझ लो कि लाइक लेफ्ट साइड वाला क्लास है. अगेन नीचे ये जो डिफाइन किया हुआ है, दिस इज राइट साइड वाला क्लास है, और ये नीचे जो अपना डिराइव क्लास था, वो डिराइव क्लास है यहाँ पर. और ये सारे के सारे को हम लोग एक्सेस कहाँ पर कर रहे हैं, मेन फंक्शन के अंदर, जो मैंने एकदम लास्ट में नीचे लिखा था. ओके. सो दैट यहाँ पर ये जो कुछ भी हम लोगों ने लिखा हुआ है वो आपको डायरेक्टली एक्सेसिबल हो जाना चाहिए. Yes, now you can see. First of all, see the output, then after I'm going to explain like how actually internally it is working. So here, total area is 35, total paint cost is 2450. Now, set which set height is there, so data members are there. Okay. Second one, that is the area into 70 rupees per whatever the square feet, yeah, the square meter, whatever the unit of measurement is there. Okay, 70 rupees into area. And accordingly here, area calculation will be done using this one. Okay. So whatever the data that we are passing as a parameter at this place, accordingly that will be used for setting the height and width. And this is defined inside that particular class number 1, that is class A, or say upper level base class, left side base class, जो हमारा सबसे ऊपर लेवल पे था. Okay. देन राइट साइड वाला जो क्लास था उसके अंदर एक और मेथड डिफाइन की गई थी जो यहाँ पर है, गेट एरिया. फाइन. एंड अकॉर्डिंगली उसके हिसाब से टोटल कैलकुलेशन पूरा आपको मिल जाएगा. ये एरिया कॉस्ट, ये जो हमारा है, ये डिराइव क्लास का मेथड, सेकंड बेस क्लास का मेथड है दिस वन. ओके. बट हियर यू कैन सी लाइक ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम इज लाइक एज यू कैन सी लाइक ओनली वन ऑब्जेक्ट इज डिफाइंड एट दिस प्लेस, रेक्टेंगल रेक्ट. एंड यहाँ पर सारी जगह आप देखेंगे तो आपको वही ऑब्जेक्ट मिलेगा, रेक्ट रेक्ट, एंड अगेन देन हियर आल्सो इट इज रेक्ट. ओके, फाइन. एंड अकॉर्डिंगली व्हेनेवर वी आर कॉलिंग द मेथड of base class 1, then also it is showing using that particular method. Another base class for that also it is going to use a similar one. And the method of derived class, suppose ये जो है वो derived class की method है, तब भी हम लोग same object use कर रहे हैं. So we are going to use the same object name for base class 1, second base class, as well as the derived class. But here important thing that you need to understand, that is this line. This is the most important line that you need to understand. So derived name class name, that is class name of the derived class, then first base class inheriting, then comma, and then second class base class inheritance. Okay, but here you are going to we need to always specify the access specifier, and here at the both the places, as we can see, like the access specifier is public at this place as well as public at this place. Fine. So accordingly, in this way we can have an access of more than one base class in my derived class. Okay, once again I am repeating, so that in this way we can have an access of more than one base class into derived class. Okay, and this is known as implementation is known as multiple inheritance, which is only possible in C++, not possible in Java. Rest of the inheritance that you will find in Java also, but the multiple inheritance is always possible in C++ only. It is not possible in Java. Okay, so hope you have understood the concept. Yes, anyone doubt? Anyone is having any doubt? Fine, then also you need to also write down this program. Okay, because first of all, at the initial level, if you write down some program, then and only then it is going to clear the complete reason. So quickly write it down. Whenever you will write down, please tell me so that I can scroll it down. Should I scroll it down?
Yes, sir.
वन सेकेंड करो स्क्रॉल डाउन अभी.
Yes, sir.
लिख लिया सब लोगों ने?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So accordingly, these are some introductory level examples. We have some basic idea about like how we can use these inheritance. Now here always you need to consider like whenever you are going to inherit a particular class, okay, बेस क्लास से जैसे आप लोग इनहेरिट करते हो तो जस्ट लेट मी शो यू वन मोर थिंग. यस, ये मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम भी दिखाया था और एक दो बार और दिखाऊंगा कि लाइक यू कैन हैव सम आइडिया कि लाइक किस तरह से ये काम करता है. तो जब आपका बेस क्लास है वो उसके अंदर जो डिफाइन किया हुआ है वो आपका डाटा मेंबर या पब्लिक है, या तो उसको आप इनहेरिट कर रहे हो वो भी पब्लिक है, देन पब्लिक एंड पब्लिक, देन इट विल बी अवेलेबल एज पब्लिक. आपका बेस क्लास के अंदर पब्लिक है, आप इसको प्रोटेक्टेड इनहेरिट कर रहे हो, ओके, तो ये जाके हो जाएगा प्रोटेक्टेड. और आप बेस क्लास में आपने पब्लिक लिखा है और उसको प्राइवेटली इनहेरिट कर रहे हो तो हो जाएगा प्राइवेट. प्राइवेट दैट मीन्स इट कैन नॉट बी इनहेरिटेड फर्दर. ओके, प्राइवेट दैट मीन्स यू कैन नॉट हैव एन एक्सेस, ओके, तो उसको आगे हम लोग कंटिन्यू नहीं कर सकते, इसको आगे हम लोग इनहेरिट नहीं कर सकते। फाइन। देन बेस क्लास के अंदर अगर प्रोटेक्टेड लिखा है, जैसे अभी ये सेकंड एग्जांपल के अंदर आपने देखा था, हमारा डाटा मेंबर था वो प्रोटेक्टेड था, तो उसको पब्लिकली इनहेरिट करते हैं तो अभी वो प्रोटेक्टेड मोड में काम करेगा। दैट मींस अप टू दैट लेवल ओनली इट कैन अलाउ यू टू एक्सेस दैट पर्टिकुलर डाटा मेंबर और मेंबर फंक्शन। ओके, उससे आगे वो नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि जब प्रोटेक्टेड लिखा जाता है तो एक लेवल तक ही इनहेरिट आपको एक्सेस दिया जाता है, एक लेवल से आगे आपको दूसरे लेवल पे एक्सेस नहीं दिया जाता। सेकंड थिंग कि जब भी यहाँ पर पब्लिक की जगह पर आपने यहाँ प्रोटेक्टेड लिखा हुआ है तो ये क्या करेगा, प्रोटेक्टेड तो भी आपके पास सेम रहेगा, बट प्रोटेक्टेड लिखा है और साथ में प्राइवेट इनहेरिट किया है तो आपको ये जो यहाँ पर ये लिखा हुआ है कि लाइक प्राइवेट, दैट मीन्स इट कैन नॉट बी फर्दर इनहेरिटेड। और अगर बेस क्लास के अंदर अगर प्राइवेट लिखा है देन इट इज नॉट विजिबल एट एनी प्लेस एंड दैट इज नॉट एक्सेसिबल आउटसाइड दैट पर्टिकुलर क्लास। So if you are any data member or member function defined in private section, then you cannot have an inheritance, you cannot have access outside that particular class. That always you need to keep in mind. So we are going to see few examples, various examples during next few lectures in which we are going to see different kind of implementation of inheritance, because right now we have seen only two in types of inheritance. First example जो हमने देखा that is known as single inheritance, very simple, and second one that is known as multiple inheritance, जिसके अंदर हम लोगों ने दो बेस क्लास को इनहेरिट किया एक डेराइव क्लास के लिए। अभी इसके साथ और भी आपके पास इनहेरिटेंस होगा जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं कि लाइक मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस, हाइब्रिड इनहेरिटेंस, वो सारे के सारे जो बाकी टाइप्स और धीरे धीरे हम लोग आगे के लेक्चर्स के अंदर डिस्कस करते जाएंगे। अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन हैव द क्लियर कट विजन के लाइक किसको कहाँ पर इनहेरिट किया जा सकता है, किस तरह से इसको यूज किया जा सकता है। फाइन, तो अकॉर्डिंगली उस तरह से हम लोग आगे के लेक्चर्स के अंदर देखेंगे। आज के लिए अभी हम लोग यहीं पर इसको पॉज करते हैं। So I have captured your attendance. Yes. So if you have doubt, you may ask. समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? Anyone reply?